Hey traders, Mike Sir here. Do you know who has the best performing annualized returns in the stock market over the last 10 years? Now you might be thinking of Warren Buffett, the legendary investor, or maybe George Soros, the man who broke the Bank of England, or Jim Simons, the founder of the most successful hedge fund in the world. Well, you're wrong. The investor who has the highest annualized returns in the stock market is Nancy Pelosi. Now you might be thinking, well, who is she? Is she some fund manager or is she some star trader? No, she's an American politician, the Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives and a member of the U.S. Senate. Now you might be wondering, how does a U.S. politician have such an incredible investing track record? Well, it goes back down to one of the past videos that I did, How the Rich Game the System. Now, if you haven't watched that video yet, I'll include it at the end of this video. But in today's video, I want to share with you how Nancy Pelosi became one of the best investors in the world and how you can replicate her financial success. Now, let's get started. Nancy is one of the richest members of the US Congress with a net worth of over $100 million, but yet she only earned a government salary of only $193,000. In 2020, Pelosi's wealth grew by an estimated $16.7 million, and it's estimated that 2021 would exceed that amount. So you might be thinking that she's a pretty good investor and knows how to invest her hard-earned salary, right? Well, of course. As I mentioned in my past video, before 2012, regulations for members of Congress were very loose until the passage of the Stock Act, known as Stop Trading on Congressional Knowledge. This law effectively bans members of Congress and their families from using material, non-public information to trade the stock market. However, prior to 2012, Congress members could legally trade on insider information, and they all probably did to accumulate their wealth. But after 2012, when the Stock Act had already passed, there should be no more insider trading by members of Congress, and if there was trading, they would have 45 days to report their financial trading disclosures. Well, this didn't happen. There were reports that 54 members of Congress violated the Stock Act in 2020 alone, and the US Senate and House members have filed more than 4,000 financial trading disclosures with at least $350 million of stocks and bonds that are bought or sold. You see, these people have two part-time jobs. One has a congressperson and the other has a speculative trader. And when Nancy Pelosi was asked by lawmakers utilizing insider information to generate profits in their investment portfolios, she responded by defending the right for lawmakers to be able to own stocks because she said that the US is a free market economy. Now, this is despite lawmakers having a conflict of interest where to approve a bill or law that would greatly benefit them personally or getting access to non-public information such as the early COVID pandemic fears and avoiding catastrophic losses. In nearly 10 years since the Stock Act was enacted, no one has been prosecuted under it, even as many members continue to trade, and in some recent cases, lawmakers fail to report their trades altogether as required by the law. Now, this just goes to show you that how the rich and powerful keep gaming the system for their own benefit. To be clear, Nancy did not own any stocks or has no prior knowledge or subsequent involvement in any of her trading transactions, but her husband Paul does. Now, based on recent financial disclosures, Paul has millions of dollars worth of stock holdings and has a margin account with his broker of assets between $5 to $25 million. Now, Paul is a businessman who runs a venture capital and investment firm called Financial Leasing Services. Now, over the years, he has made countless big bets on publicly traded companies his wife is supposed to regulate, like Amazon, Apple, and Google. Now, you can see from this financial disclosure the size of the trades that Paul puts on. You can see $1 to $5 million on Amazon stock and multiple million-dollar positions on Apple. Besides the big value on these trades, notice that Paul buys call option contracts on all these positions. Paul's not buying shares or ownership in these companies, but rather speculating on the price increase in these companies' stock price. Now, this is not conservative or passive investing, but rather pure speculation, and his trades have been very, very successful. In 2020, the Pelosi's investment portfolio did extremely well. They put money into companies like CrowdStrike, Tesla, Alphabet, and Nvidia, and they all performed very, very well. But you might be thinking that anyone who had bought the lows during the pandemic in 2020 did very, very well. Well, in July of 2021, it was disclosed that Paul made $5.3 million by exercising call options to buy 4,000 shares of Google parent Alphabet just before the House Judiciary Committee voted on antitrust regulations, of which Nancy was a big part of. Before I talk about how you can trade like Nancy, please take a moment to like this video. I would really appreciate your support. Okay, I'm going to share with you 2 ways that you can be as successful as a trader like Nancy. Now, the first way is to get elected into the US Senate. In fact, I looked it up, has an option, and it's actually not that hard. The US Constitution sets 3 qualifications for service in the US Senate. First of all, you need to be at least 30 years old, a US citizen for at least 9 years, and the third one is residency in the state a senator represents at the time of election. Now, given that I'm Canadian, I guess I have to cross off this option. So the second option that I'm going to share with you is you can actually copy or follow all the trades that Nancy Pelosi's husband, Paul Pelosi, is buying or selling in the stock market. Now, there's an app called Iris, which is a social investing app that tracks all of Paul's trades and allows people to connect it to a brokerage account. Now, this way you can see what he's trading, and if you want to replicate his entire portfolio, the app will automatically execute all the trades on your behalf. The only downside is you won't get his real-time trades, as lawmakers are required to disclose their and their family's trading activity within a 45-day period. Last week, Nancy filed a disclosure form showing that she purchased a handful of tech stocks worth millions. Now, these stocks include Alphabet, Walt Disney, Roblox, Salesforce.com, and Micron Technology. The stocks were purchased from December 17th to December 22nd. Now, what blows my mind is all the purchases were call option contracts worth between $1.75 million to $3.6 million in total. These are highly leveraged bets, as she's not buying the actual shares of these companies' stock, because call option contracts do expire. So essentially she's betting that the stock prices in these companies have to go up before they expire worthless between September 2022 to January 2023. So let me go through all of Nancy's trades and see if she's really a good trader. So one of the stocks that the Pelosis have bought is Alphabet. And you can see here that they bought 10 call option contracts at a strike price of $2,000 with an expiration of September 16, 2022. And you can see that they purchased these call options when the stock price was around $2,800. So essentially the Pelosis are expecting that Alphabet will continue to go higher in price. The next stock that they bought is Micron Technology. They bought 100 call option contracts. The strike price is at $50. The expiration date is September 16, 2022. And you can see here that they bought the stock when the price was at about $80, and now it's actually much higher. So again, they're expecting this stock to continue going higher. The next company that they bought is a company called Roblox. They bought 100 call option contracts with a strike price of $100. The expiration is January 20th, 2023. And you can see here they bought call option contracts when the stock was around $96. It's currently at $80. So they're actually currently losing money on that call option. The next company that they bought is Salesforce.com. They bought 130 call option contracts with a strike price of $210. Expiration is January 20th, 2023. And they basically bought the price around $250. Currently is at $230. So they're currently down a little bit on the call option contracts. The last company stock that they bought is Disney. They bought 50 call option contracts with a strike price of $130. Expiration is September 16th, 2022. So you can see right now, currently the price is about $150. They bought at around $150 as well. So they're pretty much break even on their trade right now. So let me track their portfolio over the next month or so and see how well the Pelosis do. Now keep in mind that if the stock price doesn't stay above the strike price by the expiration period, the call option contracts will expire worthless. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, hit that like button. And if you want to watch other videos where I show you all the tools to profit in the financial markets, hit that subscribe button. Please click on the left for more videos and click on the right for the full playlist. I'll see you guys in the next video.